In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to create a QR code. They're very easy to make. All you need is a URL or web address and a QR code generator. Here are 3 examples of ways that QR codes can look. All of the different websites that I use can create these looks, but some of them are easier than others. So that is why I chose to show you 3 different options. For a very simple, basic QR code, if you don't want any bells and whistles, really this top one is my favorite website to use for that, and I'll show you that in just a moment. If you want to add an image behind your QR code, this QRCodeGenerator.com is my favorite one to use for that. Other websites can do it, but this one is a little bit easier. And then finally at the bottom, I really like QR Code Monkey. If you just want to create a basic QR code but add a little bit of personality by adding color. It's very simple, and this one is my favorite one to do that. So I'm going to walk you through how to do and create all 3 of these. We'll start with the first one, Kewa QR code. And you can Google any of these. If you just put in QR code generator, those will usually pop up in the first couple of options. Over here it says that you're going to need a URL, and you simply put in your website that you want to link to or to be able to create a QR code for. I'm going to go ahead and go to my email and grab the link that we sent to ourselves when we created our Google Docs survey. And I'm going to select that link in my email and then go back to my QR code generator. All you need to do is select the space here and paste it in. I'm going to go back over here to the beginning just to check. Probably the biggest mistake that I see with QR codes, they will generate them, but when you try them sometimes they don't link, is because people will have a double HTTPS at the beginning. So in this case that didn't happen, so that's good. This site is completely free and you don't have to sign up for anything if you want to use a static code. By default it doesn't do that. So I'm going to click on the word static, and then I can go ahead and just click generate, and you have your QR code. It's that simple. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the other 2, and then I'll show you what to do with these codes. The second website, this is the one that I showed you here in the middle with the recycling symbol in the background. I'll go back to it over here. It's called the QRCodeGenerator.com. I'm going to click on URL over here on the left hand side, and I'm hitting Control V on my keyboard to paste in that link to my survey once again. And you can see that it automatically generated my QR code over here. So that's that simple basic QR code, kind of like the first website that I used. If you want to upload an image, this site is really good for that. Down here you simply click on Create Yours and create yours again. We'll choose URL over on the left hand side, and in this case we're simply using a website URL, so I'll click on that here. We'll need to put in our website again that we're going to link to, so I'm going to delete this out here. I'm going to do Control V again, and then we'll click on Next in the top. I'll wait just a moment in case you're following along with me. Over here it chooses to upload your image. So they give you some images already in their gallery if you're interested in those. But we can also go ahead and choose Upload Image. I went ahead and saved an image before I started. That was a recycling symbol. So I'm going to click Upload Your Image, and I'm going to go ahead and find that image where I saved it here. You get to choose what you want to crop that image as if you don't want the whole thing. And create your code. One more step, if you want to save this code, it won't let you do that right now. I have to go ahead and click on Next. This looks confusing at first because it looks like they're trying to sell you something in order to get your image. But they do have a free option over here all the way to the right, and all we need to do is click on Visual or Preview Visual QR Code, and it will pop up our image. We'll come back to that in just a moment. And finally, our last website is QR Code Monkey. I'm going to go ahead and put in my website again, with a link to my survey, I should say. And down here you get to click on your color. I chose green because we were dealing with the recycling theme. And then over here I can go ahead and be more specific as well. Once you find a color that you like, you can click outside of that box. To have that color preview, I have to come over here on the right hand side, I'll scroll down a little bit, and simply click Create QR Code, and that color will show. Now for all of these 3 QR codes that I just created, so what do you do with them once you've got them created? You don't want to, that's not going to help you generate or distribute your survey, I should say. So what I like to do is take them and save them, or just simply copy and paste them to a Word document. So I'm going to go back to Microsoft Word, and I'm going to open a new blank document. And then I'll go back to my first QR code here, and I'm going to right click on that QR code and simply choose Copy. You could choose Save Picture As if you wanted to save it for later. I'm going to choose Copy, switch to Microsoft Word, and I'm doing Control and V again to paste it. This can be controlled like any image. You can resize it. You really want to stay away from resizing it with these side, or I should say these middle handles, because it will distort it when you resize it. But if you use the diagonals, then it will keep everything in proportion, which is really important dealing with QR codes so they scan properly. I'm going to go ahead and center this on my page, and your image doesn't move very freely, so I'm just going to simply click the center button to move that over to the middle. By clicking down on the right hand side here, I'm going to hit Enter to move down below it, and let's go back over and choose the next one. I'm going to right click on that image with the recycling symbol. I'm going to go ahead and choose Save Picture As once again. Oh, cancel. I meant copy. Come back over to Microsoft Word. Control V and paste it. Enter down twice. Go back to my third website, QR Code Monkey. I'm going to right click on that picture or on that QR code and choose Copy. Come back over to Microsoft Word one last time and paste that into my screen. For some reason this one likes to come in a little bit bigger than the others, so this is a good opportunity to resize. I'm going to click on it here. I'm going to use my diagonal handle to resize it and bring it back down, and hopefully I can get them on one page. There we go. If you don't want to center these items and you want to move them around a sheet, maybe you're looking to add a title or some directions to people taking your survey and you don't just want it right there at the top in the center. Another thing that you can do is under Picture Tools, whenever that QR code is selected, you can see Picture Tools comes available here at the top. You can go to Wrap Text over here on the right and choose Tight. When you do that, you can see it already messed up my screen there a little bit. But when I use Tight, I can move that image freely around my page, and you can do that to all 3 of those, and that would make a difference. I'm going to go ahead and undo and bring it back to how it was. But that's a neat little trick. So what I would like you to do next to get credit for completing this assignment is to create 3 QR codes for your survey. So you will need to go and get the link from your survey, and then you can use whatever generators you would like, but I would like you to create a document like I have here. I'd like a basic, no frills QR code at the top. I'd like one in the middle that has an image in the background, and you can choose one that goes with the theme of your project. And then I would like you to put on the bottom one, I'd like again another QR code that just simply changes the color. Before you turn it in, I would like you to put your name on the page. And to do that, you can double click up here in the header section in this white space. It should put a dashed line along the top. If that doesn't show up for you, I'm going to go ahead and double click below it here to turn it off. If that doesn't work for you, if you cannot get in this section, you can go to Insert and choose Header, and that will work. And I can choose blank. And I would like you to type your first and last name, and then QR code example. And again, to get out of your header section, you're going to go ahead and double click below that dashed line. I'd like you to print this page and turn it into the bin. If you would like to test your QR codes to make sure they work, you'll need a smartphone with internet access, and you'll also need a barcode scanner of some sort. If you don't have that type of technology, you can certainly ask me, and you can use my phone, or you can ask one of your friends in class. If you do have a phone that has that capability, but you're not sure what to download or the free app, my recommendations, if you have an iPhone, Red Laser is an option. If you have a Galaxy or a Droid, barcode scanner. But really, if you just search for QR code generator in any of your app stores, you should be able to find one that's for free. I can certainly help you with that too. So please let me know if you have any questions. And again, I'd like you to make 3 different QR codes for your survey, not for mine, that look like this here. So a no frills, one with a picture, you get to choose that picture, it doesn't have to be mine, and then one with color. And then add your name as a header at the top.